Hello, and welcome to this episode of the Diary of a Lawyer. And I want to cover slightly different subject in sort of the financial industry, where Microsoft and Activision extend the deadline for the 75 billion merger to address UK fears. That is 75 US billion dollars. According to reports such as in the Financial Times, um, Microsoft and Activision, Blizzard have pushed back the deadline for the completion of their 75 billion US dollars merger agreement by 3 months, as the two companies seek to resolve UK regulatory concerns over the impact of the tie-up on the recent cloud gaming market. The extension to October 18th maintains the original 95 US dollars a share all cash purchase price that Microsoft will pay for the developer of Call of Duty and Candy Crush Saga. The parties, however, agreed to increase the termination fee that Microsoft would pay Activision to as much as 4.5 billion if the deal is scuttled after September 15th. Now, Activision, which secured additional commitments in the form of an agreement worth up to 500 million US dollars, according to the Financial Times, if the deal is not closed by October 15th deadline. Now, both companies were optimistic that the deal will be completed, and reports attributed to them say that they were confident about their prospects for getting the deal across the finish line, quote unquote, according to Microsoft President Brad Smith. Now, Activision was also confident that their deal will quickly close, paraphrasing the comments attributed to them. Now, Activision's board has reportedly authorized a 99% share special dividend, a payout to investors totaling about 780 million US dollars. And the dividend, which was agreed with Microsoft, is designed to apparently ease concerns among other Activision investors over the delays and uncertainty. And the two companies had set an 18-month deadline when they announced their plans to merge, so as to allow time for regulatory clearances around the world. The original agreement, revealed in January 2022, appeared to call for Microsoft to pay a breakup fee of as much as 3 billion US dollars if its acquisition of the gaming company was not completed by July 18th. Now, an attempt by US regulators to prevent the deal from being closed failed in court last week. Now, that technically left Microsoft in a position, according to observers, to complete the acquisition immediately, even though the Competition and Markets Authority in the UK said in April that it would block the transaction. That's one of the financial industry regulators in the United Kingdom. Now, the companies extended the deal on its current terms to allow more time to win over the UK regulators. Activision said that it and Microsoft had confidence that the CMA now recognizes there are remedies available to meet their concerns in the UK. It's important to note that even if Microsoft is able to appease the CMA and close its acquisition in the coming weeks, it still faces potential hurdles to the US. In the US, because the Federal Trade Commission, the FTC, as we reported earlier, has not dropped a separate complaint that is to be heard in its in-house court from August the 2nd. Now, if the FTC prevails there, a court could force Microsoft to unwind the deal long after it completed, which is a daunting prospect given the sort of figures that we have read and that have been publicized in their billions. And so that's the state of affairs in the moment. We'll be watching developments very closely, and there we shall leave it on this episode of the Diary of a Lawyer, discussing Microsoft and Activision's purported ensuing or imminent merging deal. And there I shall leave it on this episode of the Diary of a Lawyer. Thanks for listening. Goodbye.